Hi, and welcome to this edition of Coffee and Conversations. I'm Donna Bowles, and I'm so delighted to bring this segment to you today from Double Oak Community Church in Chelsea. With me today is the campus pastor, Michael Abrams. I am so happy to be here with you today.
Yeah, so honored that you guys would drop by. I'm really thankful to sit down and have a cup of coffee and talk.
Me too. So coffee and conversations, right?
Yeah.
We're going to have a cup of coffee, and we're just going to talk.
I love it.
So I wanted to ask you some questions. We're just going to visit a little bit.
Yeah.
This campus is new to Chelsea, but it's not new to the Double Oak Community Church name. So I was looking at some history, and it goes back quite a few years.
Yeah.
So January of 2005 was the very first Sunday that Double Oak Community Church met, and it was at Mount Laurel.
That's right.
At the elementary school.
Yep.
And so let's just go from there.
Yeah.
So it was a dream to build a building.
That's
And
right.
You know what they say, if you build it, they will come.
They will come. That's right.
And y'all, the people came. And Double Oak in Mount Laurel just, gosh, exploded. And
Yeah.
it's just, that's where my husband and I go as well. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful church, wonderful people. And we just so enjoy it there. But several years later,
Yeah.
another dream happened.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so it's been incredible to be here at the Chelsea campus. So like you mentioned, Mount Laurel, 16 years old, starting in January of 05. And then this campus, we broke ground out here January of 20, completed the building, and we're out here. Officially, our first service was November 22nd of 2020. So pretty interesting to open church doors in this climate.
During the pandemic.
Yeah, during a pandemic, but it's been absolutely phenomenal to just really get to be a part of this community and get to experience a number of things. You know, referencing Mount Laurel, this place has been a dream for a long time for our elders and a number of folks who really were desirous to continue the ministry that Double Oak had started and reaching people to love them and help them grow in maturity and community and charity as a part of their faith journey in Christ. And so years ago, land was purchased out here, and there were some dreams that things would happen. And we started at meeting at the elementary school, Chelsea Park Elementary,
Right.
which is obviously right in the back of the subdivision here at Chelsea Park. So we went from the back to the front now. But we started meeting there in August of 2018, and it was just a really sweet time of folks that had come from Mount Laurel, a number of folks. But you mentioned that growth, that Mount Laurel exploded in a number of ways, primarily 2016, 2017, 2018, to the point where we just had so many people on our campus,
we did.
and it was just really hard to minister well to everyone, to make space for everyone. So that really happened at a unique time where we're running out of space for folks, and that in and of itself is really kind of coalescing with this dream that a number of people at Double Oak had to further that ministry down the road, down this direction. And so now here we are, meeting at a new campus and having the opportunity to engage this community with the gospel. So we're incredibly excited.
And I don't want to gloss over that fact about Chelsea Park Elementary, because without their partnership and really just enabling the church just to come into the campus over there, that was a very big deal.
Incredible. And we didn't even think it was actually going to work at first, and we thought the door was closed. But Adam Robinson, our senior pastor at Mount Laurel campus, has a great relationship with Dr. Brooks at the board, and he's been so phenomenal to us and just allowing us to have the opportunity to meet there. And obviously Principal Galloway at Chelsea Park Elementary, who we adore and are so thankful for the way she's allowed us to minister there. Look, we tried every Sunday to bring our people in and set up church, and in a number of ways leave it nicer than we found it, and just really wanted to honor the school for allowing us to do that. And it was a beautiful thing because, one, I think a number of our people that maybe don't have an elementary age student, or theirs maybe goes to a different place, they got to see inside this facility, and we got to opportunity to kind of love on some teachers and really try to minister to people there. And then you get a bigger picture of the community that God's called us into to minister in. So yeah, it was just a win-win. And then I think for all of us too, just for a year and a half, a little more, the ability to honestly set up church and recognize that church is the people. The beautiful part of what church is it's not the new building. The building's an environment in which the church gathers. And so we got to have dynamic experiences of hearing the Lord speak through His Word, through worship, all those different things at our local elementary school right here in the back of the neighborhood. Really special foundation for our church.
Yeah, it was. And also, you introduced the neighborhood
in
Chelsea, but the neighborhood especially got introduced to this Double Oak Community Church Chelsea campus.
That's right.
Coming. So how has that affected people that are coming here? Are you seeing people come from Chelsea Park?
Yes. What's been great is we've seen folks from Chelsea Park and down 69 and Forest Lakes and Wilsonville. And I think the thing that's really encouraging is that, we're situated in Chelsea Park proper, but we're at the front, obviously now, so it's a little more visible. And we want to be a church to all of Chelsea and anyone in the surrounding area. So I know a number of folks that maybe don't live in the subdivision or maybe don't drive this way or as far at times. If Publix is where they stop, right, and they don't go any further, they might have not had the opportunity to see us yet. But we're a church for all of Chelsea, and it's been really fun to just engage our neighbors and to try to minister to this community as a whole at large.
Yeah. So talk about the first service here in this campus here.
Yeah, incredibly powerful and special, and just to think that. And the benefit of being a part of any church is the reality that you're always standing on somebody else's shoulders, and that everything that you have has been given to you. So I think about the fact that how Mount Laurel, through the Multiply campaign, just partnered not just with Chelsea, but also in many ways for Chelsea, for a campus that didn't exist yet, and said, we want to give not only tithes and offerings in our response and obedient worship to the Lord, but we'd also like to give sacrificially. We'd like to give beyond that. It's for people like you and Michael. It's for people that have decided and said, hey, I want the gospel to go forth in this community. And ultimately to say, hey, look, I've been at this church and the Lord has ministered to me. I want somebody else to have that feeling and have that experience with the Lord at Chelsea. So just an incredibly powerful thing to walk in and to be in that room and to worship together and to walk on new floors and a new platform and hear new music coming out of new speakers and all that kind of stuff. But the reality is that it's a foundation that's been set by someone else, and now we have the opportunity to continue to leave that legacy. But the legacy is one of which is just the gospel. You see Paul write in Colossians that it's bearing fruit all over the world, and it's doing that here in Shelby County and in Chelsea, and particularly right here in Chelsea Park.
Yeah. So I was thinking about the churches in Chelsea, and as you know, Chelsea is rich with a very long history of church buildings and congregations and people that love to gather together.
That's right.
And worship together. And so with that, we have several churches around.
Yeah, no doubt.
You can't go wrong.
That's right.
But there are still people that need a place, right?
That's right.
There are still people that don't know.
That's right.
They don't have a place to go, or they don't know that they have a place to go. And so I think that piggybacks onto what you said, is that we can't stop.
That's right. That's right. Look, I mean, I've got friends, and I got a buddy that I went to seminary with that's at Liberty. I know folks from Restoration and tons of other fantastic churches in this community. I know Clay Agson, our discipleship pastor, is buddies with the guy that's at Grace Presbyterian, and so it's just an incredible plethora of churches here in Chelsea. But the unique thing is that, just like a lot of the churches that we see described in Scripture, because they're comprised of people, they all have a unique personality and unique nature, and hopefully each church has a very distinct vision of the not just the kind of people that they're trying to reach, but the way in which they're trying to seek out and minister to people. So we just want to be a part of that and what the Lord's doing, and to honestly just be a place where we minister transparently that the love of the gospel is the deepest love that can be known.
Yeah, and just think about all those untapped gifts that are out there that people have and that they could be using.
That's right.
So if you've got a gift,
that's right.
Maybe you don't know you have a gift. come on over and we'll figure out what that gift is.
That's right.
And you will be used.
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things about this church. Is that, look, we really do believe, when Paul says in 1 Corinthians 12 that to each is given a manifestation of the Spirit. The point is that I don't have every spiritual gift and you don't either. We need each other.
I don't know.
Right, but we need. I'll ask Michael; he'll tell me. But we need each other, right? And so the beautiful part is that the church isn't somewhere. I really long for people to see this, that they don't come here and attend a service or even watch a service online and say, well, these people are providing a spiritual thing just for me. No, you come and you're a part of it. You share in the body of believers and you get the opportunity to share the gospel with your life to someone each Sunday.
Yeah.
So we want to be a church that really recognizes that.
Before we wrap up, you mentioned watching it online.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about
Sure.
that. We hinted about the pandemic earlier. So how has this COVID pandemic affected not only getting into the new building, but church services?
Well, I'll say this. I think I don't know if you want to call it a benefit, but just the nature of what happened in our construction process really allowed these guys that had been working together and primarily outside and distance from each other anyway. The building kind of got done at a good pace, and then when we opened the doors, we actually had a number of people that truly wanted to attend. Now, we're like everybody else that's either a church or even a business in this climate, in this setting. We're doing the very best that we can. And we've sought the Lord to try and make the best decisions that we can about how to meet and when to meet and the safest ways to meet. So if somebody wants to come and attend, there's obviously opportunity to be distanced and to wear masks, although we wouldn't require it. Our governor doesn't require it, so we don't force that upon anyone. But it's honestly been a lot more natural and a lot more comfortable than I think some people might even believe or imagine. And I mean, we had several hundred folks here last Sunday. We've also got services online, and we know that people don't necessarily feel completely comfortable in a number of ways yet, and that's okay. And so they're able to watch online. We stream our services online at 9 a.m. We're in person at 9 and 10:45 each Sunday, but you can also watch online as well. And we've worked really hard to try to maintain connection with those folks in our church that we know haven't been able to be physically present, but that they're still part of our body. But if people want to come, if they're in the Chelsea community and they're looking for a church home, we'd love to have you.
So it's really important that you talk about that. I'm glad you mentioned that, because there are people that, number one, they may not feel comfortable, but also you may not be able to. Maybe your health doesn't allow you to do that. But
that's right.
You can watch online. So it's a Facebook page.
Yes. Oh goodness, I don't know the exact.
It's Double Oak Community Church, Chelsea.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. If you search that on Facebook, you'll find us.
Yes.
I didn't know the specific link, but you got it.
Yeah.
So you're there.
On Sunday mornings, right before 9 o'clock,
the
link will be posted.
That's right.
And you just click on it and listen to the beautiful music, and shortly then the service will start.
That's right.
And I love it. There have been times when I've been out of town or sick, as you know.
Yes,
sickness at our house.
That's right.
But it was great to be able to just tune in and listen. And you can always listen later too if you're not available on that Sunday morning, or if you go to another church and you just want to tune in because you want to hear how awesome Michael Abrams is. I highly recommend listening to his messages.
Well, thanks.
That is, speaking of gifts, that you are gifted, and
I really appreciate that. We're just trying to
enjoy listening to that.
We're trying to be a congregation that's obedient to the Lord, and the good stuff's from Him. Anything else, that was my fault. But yeah, we love to have people come and be a part, and I think it's been fun to build a really rich community that is. I want to say this too, Don. I think Chelsea Park as a whole, the subdivision to a large degree, I think a lot of people tend to think it skews demographically very young. But our congregation, I think, looks like a picture of Chelsea. We've got young and older, and a number of singles and families, and just across the board ages. As you can imagine, a lot of kids. We got a lot of kids here.
A lot of kids.
But it's a blast, and I think there is opportunity for no matter kind of where you are in life or age or stage or what phase you're in. If you're in the Chelsea area and you're looking for a place to come, honestly, just hear the truth of the gospel, we're here.
I know we could probably just go on and talk about it. I mean, I could, because I love this place.
Yeah.
And I love you. You're such an amazing
Thanks.
friend.
We love you
just
too.
love
Thankful for
so much
you.
and your family.
Yeah.
So y'all, this is Coffee and Conversations. And again, this is Double Oak Community Church in Chelsea. It's located right inside Chelsea Park, the neighborhood. And you just pull in the neighborhood and take your first left, and you'll see the beautiful building laid out here. And gosh, I know that the numbers are going to keep growing here, but if they don't, I mean, it's whatever God sends.
That's right. We want this place to be a place where people are known. So I'm really comfortable with the fact that the folks that are here really work hard to know each other. And so no matter how we grow or stabilize or wherever we are numerically, the hope is that if you come to Double Oak Community Church, you're going to have the opportunity to be known, and that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. So I guess that's it. That's a wrap for today. Again, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for
sitting down
having
and
us.
talking.
We feel
Thank you
honored.
for the coffee.
Yeah.
It's yummy coffee. I mean, it's coffee.
It's warm.
It's warm. It's a chilly day outside. It's a good thing. So y'all, listen, we're going to be back soon with another great interview. I hope you will take advantage of the online services that Double Oak offers, or come in person if you are ready to do that. And feel free to just come on over. So that's it. Y'all have a great day.